If you are hearing these words, know this. It is not mere coincidence. This is resonance. Your soul, as if yearning for a message, is responding to this call. You feel it, don't you? That subtle yet persistent unease pulsing beneath the familiar surface of everyday life. It's as if the world itself is trying to whisper something profoundly important to you, something that cannot be ignored. But what if I told you that this world, so familiar and understandable, is actually just a thin, almost transparent veil? A curtain skillfully hiding another, far more ancient reality. What if everything you believe to be unshakable, history itself, rigorous science, even the very nature of time, which seems impossible to stop, is merely an artfully constructed illusion, a construct designed to keep you captive in ignorance? Before we step into the very heart of this mystery, into this inner sanctum, you must make your choice. Your like is not merely a thoughtless display of approval. No, it is a genuine declaration of your intention, your sign of readiness. It is a small, yet quite significant gesture, a kind of quiet signal to the universe, confirming your willingness. Your subscription is not simply a press of a button. It is a conscious step, an entry into the ranks of those who are searching, who refuse to accept imposed falsehoods and strive finally to see. It is a true act of civil disobedience against the spiritual slumber into which so many are plunged. The truth, which they so diligently conceal behind the veil of news, behind the tinsel of everyday hustle, is actually extremely simple and perhaps terrifying. It lies not in who currently occupies the seat of power. It's not found in dry economic reports or intricate geopolitical games, and it's certainly not some conspiracy theory. This is a very real conspiracy aimed directly at your very consciousness. We've been herded like cattle into a tiny cage, artfully woven from a tangle of fear, thick ignorance, and the tenacious embrace of materialism. We wander aimlessly through a convoluted labyrinth of intrusive illusions, naively believing them to be true reality, while our souls slowly but surely fade, starved of light. But there are those who have been fortunate enough to glimpse the truth piercing through this deceptive veil. Ancient sages, prophets, enlightened mystics, all have left us invaluable keys to the enigma. Do not seek them in long-forgotten dusty tomes lying around everywhere, available to anyone. Instead, listen closely to the whisper of history itself, touch the forgotten scrolls, catch the distant echoes of civilizations buried beneath the ruthless layers of time. Take, for instance, the ancient legends of Atlantis. These are not mere fabrications, invented myths of mysterious sunken cities. No, this is something far greater. These are genuine maps pointing the way. Maps that reveal the boundless potential of humanity. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, left behind a prophecy of the fire crystal, an artifact of unearthly power which, according to his visions, will be discovered in 2027. This is not just another gemstone, it is a source of colossal energy, the key to technology capable of fundamentally transforming our world. But what is its origin? Cayce mentioned an ancient, now lost civilization whose knowledge surpasses anything we can comprehend. Their technologies were based not on brute physical force, but on the subtlest energies of a universal scale. In one of Nostradamus' centuries, the 11th, under the number 93, lies a lost quatrain. A chance discovery within a hidden Vatican archive shed light on these lines, hinting at celestial fire awakening within the earthly womb. This is not the only evidence, mind you. A hermit monk named Kenshin, whose scrolls were found among the ruins of a burned monastery on Mount Kurama, described a spirit crystal capable of gathering and concentrating the energy of the stars. Do you notice this pattern? These are not random coincidences, but a manifestation of harmonic resonance. The ancient calculations of the Maya, predicting the onset of epochs of great change, astonishingly echo the revelations of the Gnostics. They spoke of our world as a kind of prison, created by lesser entities, by that very demiurge. All of them, using different words and imagery, essentially describe the same fundamental reality. And this knowledge is far from limited to the past. Modern research, conducted under the strictest secrecy in closed laboratories, speaks of the existence of fractal patterns in geopolitical events. Scientists also speak of the collapse of quantum probability, which, as it turns out, can occur under the influence of our collective consciousness. Even the sun's cycles, according to the latest analyses, directly impact the noosphere, this collective field of thought for all of humanity. Everything around us is inseparably linked, and they are perfectly aware of this. They use this knowledge to manipulate us, plunging us into an endless vortex of anxiety, fear, and all-consuming despair. Recall that inexplicable unease that creeps up on you precisely at 3 o'clock in the morning, when the entire world suddenly seems unbearably alien and hostile. It is that very sensation of complete alienation when you gaze into the faces of passers-by on a bustling street and see in them only dim shadows, silently reflecting your own inner emptiness. And no, this is not the ordinary depression they so diligently try to convince you it is. This is your soul, suffocating within this skillfully woven matrix. It is the natural response of your true essence to the pervasive falsehood of this world. It is a desperate call to awakening that you have so long and persistently ignored. We are living through an era of truly momentous upheavals. Global crises, brutal wars, and perplexing pandemics. All of these seem to us like nothing more than grand, uncontrollable chaos. You are incessantly bombarded with streams of information designed to sow seeds of fear within you. You are convinced that the world is collapsing, consumed by disorder, and inevitably heading towards its demise. But consider this. What if all these monsters, all these colossal cataclysms, are merely pale shadows cast upon cave walls, as the wise Plato once surmised? What if the true tyrant, the true enemy, is not somewhere beyond our perception, but is looking at you directly from your own reflection in the mirror? This comes as a genuine shock, a gut punch that turns all accustomed notions inside out. We have sought culprits outside ourselves for so long, blaming politicians, powerful corporations, entire nations. We've laid the blame on circumstances, on unfair fate, on other people who, we believed, hindered our happiness. But the true, most dangerous enemy is our own profound ignorance, our blind attachment to phantoms and illusions, our stubborn unwillingness to open our eyes and see reality as it truly is. The world we inhabit is sustained by our unspoken accord, by our acceptance of its laws without ever voicing our consent. Those we label them hold no dominion over us unless we ourselves grant it. The universe does not bring ruin upon humanity. It does not punish us for our missteps. Rather, it performs a complex cosmic operation. It ruthlessly cauterizes a destructive poison. A poison born of fear, a poison fed by ignorance, a poison spawned by blind materialism, which slowly erodes our very essence. This is a purification, an inevitable process, however painful it may seem. Our own self-image, this fragile, transparent crown, this delicate world of our ego, is destined to fall. Soulless systems, these metal veins that permeate our civilization, must be laid bare, their power broken. Prophets did not foretell our future. They deciphered an activation code encrypted in the very fabric of existence. They saw not a lone savior arriving from without. They saw an entire army of awakened souls. They saw you. You are not merely a part of an ancient prophecy. You are its living embodiment, its culmination. The strength you may have searched for in the outside world in vain was never found there. It has always been hidden within you, awaiting its moment. The fiery crystal is not merely an object, but a living metaphor for your own boundless inner strength, your cherished divine potential, awaiting its moment to awaken. This is precisely why the coming year 2027 holds such monumental significance. It is not simply a year when an artifact will be discovered. It is the year when humanity's collective consciousness will reach a critical mass, a turning point. A year when millions, if not billions of eyes will open simultaneously, perceiving the truth. This is a unique bifurcation point, a crossroads where we will face a choice to embark on a path of rapid evolution or to select the road to self-destruction. And the decision, however bitter it is to admit, rests entirely within our hands. Now that your own eyes are open, now that you have glimpsed the light of truth, you cannot afford to remain inactive. You have seen the truth. You have felt it at the deepest level of your soul, and it has echoed in your heart. Your like is a bright flash of light, scattering across the network and signaling to others that you are not alone. Your share is a tiny seed you carry and plant amidst dormant minds, hoping it will take root and blossom. Your subscription is more than an action, it's a solemn vow, a vow to become part of the coming change. If you feel ready for more, if you seek to delve deeper into this wondrous alchemy of consciousness, if you desire to be part of a relentless force working for the transformation of reality, then our inner circle will become your steadfast haven. This is your personal academy of knowledge. This is your secret combat base. And your support in the form of a super thanks is a powerful energy fueling our shared flame. It is the vital fuel for our battle against the encroaching darkness, for the creation of a new world built on the unwavering foundation of truth and boundless love. Until our next meeting, remain aware, stay connected with us, and never stop seeking answers by asking the most important questions. Seek the answer.